Today I am here to present the topic which is related to stem cell therapy. First of all, we discuss what is stem cell. Stem cells are the body's raw material, the cells from which all other cells are specialized functions are generated. Now we discuss what is stem cell therapy. Stem cell therapy, also known as regenerative medicine, promotes the repair response of diseased, dysfunctional or injured tissues using stem cells or their derivatives. Now, next we discuss about the sources of the stem cells. Stem cells derive from the autologous allogenic sources. What are autologs or allogenic sources? Autologs are the transplant come from the same person who will get the transplant, so the patient is their own donor. And the allogenic, it is the word derived from the allo. The stem cells in allogenic transplants are from a person other than the patient, either a matched, related or unrelated donor. Now we discuss the types of stem cells on the basis of their potency. These are totipotent, pluripotent, multipotent, oligopotent or unipotent. First we discuss the totipotent. Totipotent stem cells have the capacity to produce all adult cell types, can enter the germline. These and have proven ability to self-replicate. For example, produce daughter cells that are identical to the parent. Now we discuss the pluripotent stem cell. It is a particular potent type of stem cell and have normally only exists during early embryonic development. And the third one is the multipotent. It have the ability to differentiate into all cell types with one particular lineage. And the fourth is oligopotent. Oligopotent, these stem cells can be differentiated into only a few cells and include the myeloblast stem cells and produce three types of white blood cells: eosinophils, neutrophils and basophils. And the last one is the unipotent stem cells. These stem cells can produce only one type of the cell but have the properties of self-neurable that distinguishes from non-stem cells. Now I further continue from the types of stem cells: embryonic stem cells, adult stem cells, induced pluripotent stem cells. First, we discussed about the embryonic stem cells. Embryonic stem cells are have basically the inner cell mass and the human blastocyst. It has the early stage of 4th to 7th day of fertilization, but in normal embryonic development it is disappeared on 7th day and begun to form 3 embryonic tissue layers. Discuss the second type of stem cell, which is adult stem cell. Adult stem cells are the undifferentiated cells which are found throughout the body after development. It can be multiplied by cell division and have dying cells and regenerate the damaged tissues, also known as somatic stem cells, and are found in adult animals, humans, unlike embryonic stem cells. Discuss the third type, which is induced pluripotent stem cells, which is the type of pluripotent stem cell and that can be generated directly from a somatic cell, and it is present in skin or blood cells that have been reprogrammed back into an embryonic like pluripotent state. The types of stem cells, which we already explained, but I again explain the types and subtypes of stem cells according to the chart. Stem cells is divided into embryonic stem cell, fetal stem cell and adult stem cells. It have further subdivisions. The embryonic stem cell have totipotent and pluripotent, and the fetal stem cells is subdivided into pluripotent and multipotent, and the adult stem cell is into oligopotent, unipotent and multipotent. We discuss the stem cell transplant. The stem cells are stimulated. The first step is to help the body make more stem cells. Stem cells are collected in the next step and collected from your blood sample. Now stem cells are preserved. High dose chemotherapy is done. Now stem cells transplanted, and in the last step, engraftment. Now we discuss the uses of the stem cell. Stem cells are used for the treatment of the cancer patients with conditions sickle cell anemia and leukemia. What is sickle cell anemia? Sickle cell anemia is one of the group of inherited disorders, and the leukemia is the broad term and or cancer of the blood cells. Now what is SCID, which is also used for the functional immune system in a person. SCID, it is the most common treatment of the stem cell transplant, and it is also known as bone marrow transplant, and it is also used in hematopoietic system. Talk about the implications of stem cells, which are written below. In treating baldness, diabetes, corneal disease or blindness, Parkinson's disease, missing teeth and heart damage. Some of them we discuss in details. Now we discuss about the diabetes. Stem cells might help treat diabetes by turning into insulin producing cells. This could potentially repair damaged parts of the pancreas and improve blood sugar control in people with diabetes. And now we discuss about the heart damage. Stem cells may be help with heart damage by turning into heart muscle cells and promoting repair. This could be a promising approach to the heart, heal the heart after a heart attack or other the cardiac issues. Stem cells for gene therapy, and we have the topic of the sickle cell disease for gene therapy. The first step is to blood collection, the series of the blood transfusion over 3 to 4 months, and in the next step these stem cells are extracted from the patients and then they are sent off to a lab where they are edited, and in the last step the transplantation of corrected stem cells back to the patient. Discuss about the ethical issues. As human embryonic stem cells are isolated from few days old blastocysts as well as fetal tissues, many prolifer believe that human life becomes a human person at the time of the fertilization, and the others disagree. They believe that an embryo has potential to develop into a person, but it is not a person itself. Thank you for your concentration listening. I hope you enjoying this video.